It's currently the worst bit of weather we've had this autumn so far. We've had lots of rain, and the north of England and the northwest of England is being smashed at the moment by Storm Ashley, but we're kind of missing most of it down here in the southeast. But it's still very windy and it's still quite drizzly. And today's the day that Alfie's decided he fancies a walk. Every other day when it's been warm and sunny, no, stayed indoors and hidden under a blanket. What a perverse little dog. And welcome to another week of Colbinology. Well, you won't be able to see it, I suppose, on the camera because the rain is quite fine, quite small drops, but it's coming down at like a 45-degree angle, being blown along by the wind. And yeah, we're getting a little bit wet today. Yeah, so Alfie's out with us today, and Harris, well, he doesn't mind a bit of bad weather, but normally this one's a bit of a diva, but not today. In fact, it's just started raining quite heavily, so I'm probably going to have to put the phone away. I can't see a bloody thing. After all the wind and the rain of the last few days, it's nice to have a sunny day. Didn't start like this, but it's progressively got nicer throughout the day. And the sky, cloudy, but a little bit blue as well. And there is some sun in between the clouds. And when the sunshine does break through, it's lovely. It's lovely. Well, and just like that, it's gone again. Just checking on the mistletoe that's growing inside this dog rose to see whether any of the little white balls are appearing yet. It's a bit early. No, nothing yet. But you can see the buds. There's going to be quite a few this year. The sweet chestnut tree here, as you know, it produced its first chestnuts last year, but they weren't all that. They were all pretty small and manky, almost like empty shells with no flesh inside. Well, I've been reading up on this, and apparently the main reason for causing that is lack of pollination. Apparently, for it to produce any sizable fruit, the tree has to be pollinated by another sweet chestnut tree. And unfortunately, there isn't another one anywhere around here. There's certainly none on this 44 acres that I walk around every day. So, chances of me getting any sweet chestnuts for Christmas look to be about 0, which is a shame. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of oak milk caps all around this oak, everywhere you look. I don't know why they're so attracted to oaks, but they are, and they're always in a big ring around the outside of them. Why are they called milk caps? Well, you can probably just see there, I've just broken part of one of these off. You can see all that little white milk leaching out from it. That's why they're called milk caps. I wouldn't say to eat them though. I mean, they're not poisonous, but they taste foul. They're really bitter. I have tried a piece. But yeah, that's why they're called milk caps, because of all those little dots of white milk you can see that come out when they're broken. Oh, Harris is enjoying the sunshine too, but as usual, he's about half a mile away. He's always miles behind me. He's got to sniff everything. He's got to walk around everything. He's got to check everything's okay and in order. It's like he owns everything in these fields. He's up there, underneath that oak tree in the middle of the shot. I just have to stand and wait for him now. It seems to be quite fashionable to use one of those cards from SpongeBob SquarePants, where you get like a coloured screen and someone saying 3 minutes later. Not going to do that. I'm just going to point at the fact that it's now 3 minutes later and he's still there, sniffing something. 4 minutes later. He's not eating anything, there's nothing there. Unless he's nibbling on a bit of grass or something. Although he is partial to a bit of rabbit poo, it must be said. But I didn't see any up there. I think he's just sniffing. Come on! So it's the end of the walk, 45 minutes later, 50 minutes later, and I'm still waiting for him. Sorry about the noise in the background. There's an infant school, actually in the middle of the woods. It's lovely. But they are noisy during the lunch break. Come on! Just found another bit of grass to sniff. Bloody hell. Don't know whether you can hear that. I'll try putting the volume up. But it sounds like 1,000 birds in there. What a racket. And I can't see a single one. They're really deep in the brush there. I mentioned yesterday that there's a primary school sort of in the woods here, on the back of the woods, and it's great because the teachers bring them out on these nature trails, and all the kids are there in their high-vis jackets and their packed lunches and things. In the summer particularly, they come out here and do quite a lot of lessons actually outside here in the fresh air, which is brilliant. And I have chatted to a couple of the teachers a few times to point out some of the things that are edible over here and to identify some of the trees and some of the plants, which is lovely. I maybe judged Harris a little too harshly yesterday when I was moaning about the fact that he was so far behind all the time. I think he was probably eating grass, because today he spent pretty much the whole of the morning chucking up everything he's eaten. He hasn't got a temperature and he's not feeling poorly and he's quite happy, but something's obviously upset his tummy, which is why he was eating grass yesterday. So today he's being a little bit of a delayer as well, but he seems to have perked up since he's been sick. So we're out for a walk. Well, out for what I call a walk, you know, my usual standing still and waiting for Harris to catch up. It's taken 20 minutes to get this far across this field. Do you realise that, Pug? I don't know. As usual, plenty of oak milkcaps around, and I noticed here next to this one there is a reddish looking mushroom there, and there's another one over here that's quite moth-eaten. I think these are russulas. I don't think they're your classic fly agaric. They look like russulas to me. But yeah, there's a few of those around, but mostly it's oak milkcaps here. Oh, another one just there, look. Another one just there. But they've all gone over or been eaten by something. Today's fungi report is looking pretty good. I've seen quite a few different types. I mean, it must be said, mostly, because it's mostly oak around here, there's a lot of oak milkcaps. I mean, they're in rings around every single oak tree. But I've seen some other little treats. No video, but I can show you a couple of photographs. Look, we've seen some russulas and seen some, beautiful name, amethyst deceivers. I love that name. But they're a lovely colour. And they vary as well. They go from a sort of purple to violet, and they're really, really pretty. And a few other odds and sods, wax caps and various other things I've seen. So yeah, there's plenty of them about. Do you know what? You get a little bit of sunshine and the whole place comes alive, doesn't it? It's beautiful. Really lovely out here today. Even with a very slow pug. I suppose one advantage of a slow pug is that I get a chance to enjoy the countryside. I'm not constantly having to keep up with him running around everywhere and chasing after things and wanting to run after a ball or a stick. He's not interested at all. And that suits me just fine. Oh, look at this, growing outside my front door. That's woody nightshade. Always tell them nightshades because they hang just like a bunch of cherry tomatoes. Because, of course, tomatoes are also nightshades. Only these little tomatoes, you don't want to eat them. Won't kill you, like deadly nightshade will, but it'll give you an upset tummy. Oh, he's positively running today. He does this, as I've said in previous videos, it's like as soon as he gets on grass, it's like it charges up his batteries and off he goes. When he's walking on gravel or on tarmac, he's really slow. As soon as he's on grass, I have to struggle to keep up. Whereas Harris, he's slow everywhere. The Gelder Rose, the viburnum, has got a beautiful colour now. Look at these leaves, look. Aren't they gorgeous? Still a few berries there. The birds will take them when they get hungry enough. Well, the mushroom carnage continues. Barely a russula standing. There's a couple over there that are doing all right, but most have been kicked over or knocked over. Who does that? And why? To be fair, you know, I don't know who or what did it. I mean, my instant reaction is to say, oh, it's kids or people kicking it over, because kids do things like that, don't they? But it could be deer. There's a lot of roe deer and muntjac over here. Could be badgers rooting. Could be foxes. Could be anything really. Could be rabbits. Who knows? It just seems strange that it's those big red russulas that keep getting kicked over, and none of the little brown milk caps or the wax caps or anything like that. It's almost as if someone's got a sort of morbid fear of a red mushroom, thinking it might be one of those fairy tale fly agarics, you know, the red ones with the white spots, which actually aren't as poisonous as people make them out to be. A lot of people eat them. Some people get a mild hallucinogenic trip from them, but a lot of people get a bad tummy upset, so I've just never bothered. There's a jay on the ground just there. I won't get anywhere near it, of course. I won't get anywhere near it. There he goes, there he goes. But nice to see it. There's another delicious little pop of yellow. Look at them. Aren't they beauties? Aren't they beauties? I love how striking the colour of the leaves are at this time of year. October's brilliant for this. And throughout the month, I've been taking photographs, one a day, of an impressive leaf. One where the colours are just beautiful, and I've decided I'm going to photograph that. I've been calling it Leaftober, and I've been posting a photograph a day to Instagram and Facebook. And what I'll do is on the 1st of November on this channel, I will post a video of all the leaves I photographed throughout October. So watch out for that on the 1st of November. God, can you contain your excitement? A whole slideshow about leaves. Well, I think that's about it for this week. A fairly uneventful week, it must be said. Not a lot to report this time of year. Basically, everything's dying. Getting ready for winter. But yes, I will be posting this video alongside some other stuff that's been going on, such as I've been making a costume for a Halloween fashion show that I'm taking part in. So that'll be up on here. It'll be a video very close to this one. There'll also be a video with a third visit to the little village of West Wickham, not very far from here. And there'll also be a video, interestingly, looking back over my time on YouTube, which goes back all the way to 2008. And you can see some of the earlier videos I did that have long since been taken down. So there's going to be a little bit of content, just not a lot to report out here on the fields. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodle pip. And don't forget that our Neo-Pagan Wheel of the Year calendar is now available to pre-order. UK residents simply scan the QR code. Overseas customers email us at copa.artist@gmail.com, and we'll try and work out the cheapest way of posting it to you. Thanks very much. If you've enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing, or click on some of these links to look at some of the other videos on the channel, or press the like button, or leave a comment. It would be lovely to hear from you. Any combination of those 4 things would be wonderful. Thank you very much.